Sort of. Ray Lewis, Peyton Manning. I'm so torn on this one. Broncos, Ravens. So torn.
I'm not that torn.
I'm not torn.
I love Peyton. I love Ray.
Even seeing the stats this morning about that game, I'm still not torn about it.
Well, Peyton's won, 9 in a row now?
I think 10. Is it 10?
Again,
It's 9 or 10 against
I'm talking about
Ravens.
against Baltimore.
Oh.
They won 9 in a row. They've won 11 in a row
As
in
a
the regular
team.
season. They haven't lost since they lost to New England in week 5.
Yeah.
It's just stupid.
Shout out to Tom Brady if you're listening. Yeah. You're awesome.
Erich just throws in before we even start talking about the game. Broncos by 40.
Wow, by 40. Erich Daisy,
Look,
what
man,
are you thinking?
I know a lot of people sit there and they're like, oh, well, Denver went to Baltimore, beat them 34-17. If Joe Flacco does not throw a 99-yard interception to the house before halftime, that is no more than a 4-point game going into half with no momentum in anybody's favor. Now, I will say Peyton Manning made that secondary look like fools. Ray Lewis wasn't playing.
He's made everybody look like a fool this year. Let's be honest.
Ray Lewis wasn't playing. Haloti Ngata wasn't playing.
Oh,
Big players.
yeah, those are huge players. Literally and literally and
Yeah,
whatever.
you know what you're
Yeah.
Erich, you're really stuck. You're like, Broncos by 40. Flacco throws 3 picks before the first quarter is over.
He's just a Flacco hater.
He is.
Drink some more.
I'll
He's
tell
just
you
cool.
what.
Flacco's not
If
that
Bolden comes out and makes some catches like he did
Yep.
last weekend, they're going to be tough to
It'll
beat.
be in the game. They'll be in the game at least then.
good. That was nuts, man. 5 catches,
And
a
I
buck
still,
43.
I will say this like I've said every single week. Give Ray Rice the damn ball.
Just give him the damn
Even
ball.
with the fumbles.
And
So,
if they do that, I still think the Ravens are. I look at the Ravens and I think they're going to be the better team. I think they win. I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick the Ravens. I'm going to go out on a limb, say they go to Mile High and win. I think they're still charged up emotionally, defensively. They don't
they
have to be
definitely
at
are.
home for Ray Lewis to get that team fired up. The offense seems to be getting back on a better page. And I think this is, I'm one of those guys, and I've said it a million times, you never bet against the streak. And I'm not betting it, but I'm taking the Ravens.
you never bet against the streak, but you're picking against a team that's won 11 in a row.
Yeah, but he's not betting. There's a difference.
Well, I haven't bet in years. I'll
There's
just
no
say
betting.
that. I haven't bet in
picking. There's a difference.
I haven't bet in a couple of years, but I'm just saying, as a betting man, there's just a rule of thumb that you don't bet against the streak, especially when the streak starts hitting 9, 10, 11
Especially
games.
when it's Peyton Manning behind the streak.
I'm going against it this weekend. I really like the Ravens. I still think they're emotionally charged. I think they give Ray Rice the ball enough. I think he gets more than 20 touches.
Let's hope.
I think Bolden has another nice game.
But we all know that bye week hasn't done favors for anybody in years.
Exactly.
In years since that bye week's done anybody any good.
Somebody's going down, and if I'm picking a team that's going down at home, I'm picking the Broncos to go down at home.
Okay.
A rematch. I'm looking pretty much at a rematch of last year's AFC Championship game.
Joey, what's your take on this game, Ravens-Broncos?
My take is Peyton Manning at home against the Ravens. Wow. I really do like the Broncos. They're overall, I feel like, very balanced team. They're very good offensively, very good defensively. This game really is it's not going to come down to Peyton Manning. It's going to come down to Joe Flacco, I feel like. If Flacco, like Erich said earlier, if he makes plays downfield and Bolden comes alive again, it's a different Raven offense.
It is.
It is. This Raven offense, it's very plain and vanilla when they just hand the ball off to Rice and do little short, dinky little passes. When Torrey Smith is not going down the field and Anquan Bolden's not going down the field, then they're not going to win. Plain and simple. If they don't if they don't expand the field, spread the field out, it's a wrap. I'm sorry. I really like them. I think Doomerville, Von Miller, they come and get him. Champ maybe locks up Anquan. Well, I wonder who he's going to actually go up against, if it's either going to be with Torrey Smith or with Anquan Bolden.
Is Torrey Smith back?
Yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, he should be all right.
I mean, I don't know if he's fine, but I know he's playing on Sunday.
None of these guys are ever fine.
Yeah, right.
at this point of the year. But I really do like the Broncos to come out and win.
Talk about an X factor though. Dennis Pitta
Yes.
could be an
Who
X
hasn't
factor.
really? He's been sort of quiet.
He's been quietly good. He's made a lot of catches this year. Got a lot of yardage. Caught some touchdowns. He's been quiet, but he could be a guy that goes down the middle and a good red zone target.
Yeah.
My X factor is going to be the weather. Apparently, Peyton Manning's 0-6 in like games under 35 degrees.
And he picked Denver to go play.
And he picked Denver to go play in. He's 0-6.
He picked Denver because Denver was the easiest division for him to go
Probably.
and win.
And they also have Demaryius Thomas, Eric Decker.
He didn't want
to
to go to the AFC East because he would have to play against Brady. He didn't want to go to the NFC East because he would have to, or really anywhere in the NFC because he would have had to play his brother somewhere along the line to get to a Super Bowl. He didn't want to have to deal with any of that nonsense. So he picked listen, with the Chargers the way they are, the Chiefs suck. The Broncos were an 8-8 or a 9-17 that won, and these teams were easy. So he looked at it as I can go out there, I can make sure I get into the playoffs, and then worry about it from there. Now he's got to worry, and he's playing a fired up. He's playing a fired up defense right now.
Especially since they're fired up because if Ray Lewis has already said this is going to be his last season, so each and every week this team is going to be fired up because they don't want to lose their leader. They don't want to be out. They don't want to lose, and they want Ray Lewis to go right out into the sunset like Wade Boggs did, baby.
So we know I got the Ravens.
Yes, I'm still taking the Broncos, but again, I won't be shocked if the Broncos lose because the Ravens really want this game.
I'm actually taking the Ravens 23-21.
I'll take the Broncos 27-16.
There you go. You got big random numbers, man. There's always a way to get to it, right?
What about you?
Well, I mean, when I look at this game, and it's a very simple fact. Can Baltimore's defense stop Denver's offense? To me, that's the most simplest way to look at this game. And if they play the way they played last week against Indianapolis, I believe that they can. This Baltimore team last week, for the first time, I think, all year, that defense looked like a Baltimore defense.
Yep.
Exotic blitz packages, guys coming from nowhere, out of nowhere, where you didn't see them even lining up like they were going to blitz. They looked like they were just having fun again on defense. And I don't care what Ray Rice does. I don't care what Joe Flacco does, Bolden, Smith. I don't care what any of these guys do. Because that defense is still the emotional backbone of that entire team. And when they play good, the whole team plays better. So my X factor, I'm going to say my X factor is Haloti Ngata. I know that's sort of an obvious big pick, big name kind of guy, but if that man can get Peyton Manning off his spot consistently in this game, then Peyton Manning is not the same quarterback. He's just like any other passing pocket quarterback. They want to be on their spots. They have their delivery points. They know where they want to be when they throw the ball. If he can get him off of those places, just like any other quarterback, he's not going to be the same guy. So to me, I'm looking at not as your X factor. I'm looking at a Ravens win. I think most teams in the NFL at this point don't want bye weeks. I think they'd rather just keep playing football. And
seems like they don't lose their momentum or anything.
So I'm gonna go with the road team. I'm gonna go with Baltimore, and not to mention Baltimore's used to playing. This team, their playoffs is what they do. So I gotta go with Baltimore here. If I'm gonna give a score prediction, I'll say they flipped the script and they beat Denver 31-17.
Wow.
I say they flipped the script on what was done to them in their home, and they win 31-17.